I'm Dr. Loz. I'm a scientist. I do science. It's my favourite thing. So I'm here to share my science with you guys. Does anyone know what science is? Put your hand up if you know what science is. Call out. You've got 5 seconds to tell me what you think science is. Go. Now, no matter what you said, you definitely got it right because science is in everything. It's absolutely everywhere. I'll tell you what I think science is though. It's asking questions. And that's what the job of a scientist is to ask questions every single day, hundreds of questions. You've got to ask so many questions. Your parents say, stop asking questions, you're making me crazy. And you can say, nah, I'm a scientist. It's my job to ask questions. And grown-ups, you can say, I don't know to every single question. That's totally fine. I say, I don't know 100 times a day. But make sure when you say, I don't know, you say, I don't know, let's find out. I don't know, let's discover. I don't know, let's explore. I don't know, how can we test that? And go and do some active exploration and investigation. Right, it's time for today's mystery microscope image. Can you guess what it is? We've looked at something under a microscope and this is what it looks like. I'll give you some time to see if you can work out what you think this is. All right, we'll be back soon and we'll let you know what our mystery microscope image is. If you're following on and doing some experimenting at home at the same time as us, here's our materials checklist that you'll need to get experimenting. Today we're going to make a couple of rockets and we're going to explore propulsion. The first one we're making just uses a straw. Because we're trying to save the planet, I'm not going to suggest you use a plastic straw. If you've got some already in your drawer, that's okay. But if you've got metal straws or bamboo straws, you can use them too. So we use our bamboo straws for our straw rockets. The other thing we're going to make is a STOMP rocket. So to make our STOMP rockets, we use some PVC pipe, which I've got a hacksaw and cut. I just got it from the hardware store. And some grey water flexible hose. Again, I got it from the hardware store and I just cut a length. Now, I know you guys might not want to do that, and that's totally fine. If that's the case, just go and cut a length off your garden hose and that will work perfectly. So you can choose to use stormwater hose or an old washing machine hose and a bit of PVC pipe. It's about 20 centimeters in diameter, or you can just cut a length of hose. Okay, so to start with, what we need to do is get a piece of paper and some sticky tape. We're going to make our mini rocket first. We're just going to use a straw. You can use a bamboo straw or a metal straw or any kind of straw you've got at home. And just cut the piece of paper probably just under half. Next step is to put your straw on top of your paper and roll it up. Roll, 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 so that it makes a tight little paper tube. But very carefully watch this part. You've got to loosen it a bit so that the straw can slide in and out without getting stuck. So you've got to make sure that the paper tube is wider, has a wider diameter than the straw so that the straw can slide out. All right, sticky tape your paper down and then slide your straw back in. And what we're going to do is close up the end, because what we're using is we're going to use air to propel our rocket forward, and we need to make sure that air stays inside the tube. So we bend the end down and then put a piece of sticky tape over the top, and that will keep the air inside. So when you blow through the straw, the air will go straight through the straw. It will hit that closed end and it will turn the other direction, and that will push the rocket forward because the air will shoot out the back. So it's one of Newton's laws. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So when the air moves backwards, the rocket will move forwards. Okay, now we need to get another bit of paper and just cut a small rectangle. These are going to be the fins on our rocket. Once you've cut your rectangle, just cut it in half from two opposite corners, from one corner to the opposite corner. And then you can place them on either side of your rocket. And we're going to stick them on with sticky tape. Just like that. And then stick on the other side. You might need to put sticky tape on both sides just to make sure they're held on, because they're going to fly pretty fast through the air and they're going to crash land. And when they land, they'll probably hit some things and you might find that one of your fins falls off. I've just put 2 fins on mine. You can put more fins if you like. Maybe that can be one of your experiments. You could make 2 or 3 different rockets and add different numbers of fins and different size fins and see how they respond. If it goes further, if it goes straighter, if it goes up versus down, if it glides more. They're all the experiments you can do with your rocket. When you blow into the straw, the air will hit that closed section and it will change direction and come flying out the back, which will cause the rocket to fly forwards. Here it is, everybody. Today's supersonic science sound. Put your supersonic science ears on, touch your ears, and let's listen and see if you can work out what our science sound is for today. Can you guess what it is? We'll be back later to give you the answer. See if you can guess. Okay, to make our STOMP rocket, we need some tape, nice strong tape like gaffer tape, a piece of hose, and a recycle bottle. 1.25 litres is good. Bigger is good too, but smaller doesn't work so well. There's not enough air that gets pushed out if you use the smaller bottle. So let's stick with something big. Tape it on. Make sure you tape it nice and tight so no air can escape from that join. Just like with the straw rocket, we're going to get a piece of paper to make the body of the rocket and we're going to roll it around the tube. This is my PVC pipe. It's about 20 mil in diameter, but you can use whatever, just whatever you use. Make sure that that's what you're rolling the paper over. Here we go. Roll, 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 roll. Loosen it. Make sure you loosen it so that the pipe can slide in and out. And then just chuck a bit of tape on it to keep it in place. Again, we're going to stick down the end so the air can't escape. Just flatten the top over, pop a bit of tape over the top, hold it down. And just like with our straw rocket, we're going to make our fins. So take a square or a rectangle of paper and cut across in a diagonal so that you end up with 2 triangles. And we're going to tape them on just like before. If you are using the hose, all you have to do with your length of hose is tape the hose to the bottle, and when you're making your rocket, when you're rolling your paper to get the right diameter, make sure that you roll it over, roll over your hose. So that, and then loosen it a little bit so that it fits on the end of this. And you can do exactly the same thing with your hose. Holding it. Whoa!
I like making funny faces, making them in lots of places. You like making funny faces.
reveal the answer to our secret sound. What did you think it was? Here it is. All right, time to work out what our mystery microscope image was. Could you guess? Let's see. This is what it was today. Did you guess? We'll have another one coming up in the next episode. Wait, go.
If an orchestra
plays in a thunderstorm, who's the most likely to get hit by lightning?
The conductor.
You don't get it, do you?
Kind of.
Do you understand, Charlie?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah?
Remember, science is everywhere, it's in everything, and it's so, so awesome. Yeah, science rules. Woo!
Do you have any science jokes?
Yeah.
Go, tell me.
Why does a penguin go on the ice boat?
Why?
Because it likes the ice.
Oh,
And it likes being cold.
good one. Great joke. High five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does an object actually fly? And for something to fly, we need a couple of different ingredients, if you like. We need thrust to move it forwards. We need lift to move it upwards. And pushing against that thrust will be drag, which slows it down or pulls it backwards. And pushing against that lift, or pulling against that lift, we have gravity, which will pull it down, and that's the weight of the object. So they're the four things we need to consider if something is going to fly. In a rocket, for example, if there's combustion going on in here, that's the burning of your fuel, and it produces hot gas which pushes out, and that pushes the rocket this way, forwards, but the gas goes out. This is the same as what we're going to be doing. When we blow into it, the air hits the end and then it pushes backwards, which sends the rocket forward. That's the thrust. What would slow a rocket down? Does anyone know what could slow a rocket down? It's the air. The air is filled with tiny, tiny molecules. They're everywhere. And as the rocket moves, or as an aeroplane moves, or a bird moves, they hit all these air molecules, and that slows it down slowly. So usually when something's going to fly, it has an aerodynamic shape. Can you say aerodynamic? Yeah. This is not aerodynamic. The rockets we're making today are not aerodynamic. They're flat at the front, which is not great for drag. They're going to get lots of air resistance. But for safety reasons, we're keeping the nose of our rockets flat. If we had them in a point and we were playing with them and one came flying at your face, it could be quite dangerous. So when you make your rockets, make sure you keep them flat. And even though they're flat, I want you to wear eye protection. You have to have safety glasses or sunglasses on when you're playing with these rockets. Even the little straw rockets need to have. You need to have your safety glasses on and a flat nose. If we did make the nose pointy though, in a cone shape, it would fly better. It would have less air resistance and it would move much more smoothly. Who knows what a bird uses to get lift? What do they use? What do birds have? Yeah, big wings. And what they do is they push down with their wings, and as they push down with their wings, all the air molecules under their wings bunch up and you get higher pressure. And all that air wants to move, expand back out, and that's what pushes them up. It's pretty amazing.